Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depends where you are watching from at this moment of the day. We remember Global Message TV. I really have an interesting video that I want to make, and also the one I want to tag here. And I want you to really have patience to watch this particular video to the end, and you must have a reason to share it to others to watch. And I believe that is going to have a lot impact to create in our lives. Sometimes some of us get worried why we take much responsibility and concern to what happened outside our world, outside our country, than the one that happens within our country and the one that is consumenous and about consumenous. We don't take those serious. We don't do what we are supposed to do. But when it happens outside our territory, outside our own place, we really carry everything on our shoulder, fighting for it, talking on it, you know flooding social media, criticizing those. But when it happened to our place, we all become, in fact, do I say, uh, dumb, or could it be fear? So but when it happens outside our country, you see us taking it serious, doing a lot of criticism, in order to make something out of it. But in our own place, we cannot do it. What am I talking about is this black demonstration in United States of America. You know, this is a civilized. America is a civilized country that people know their rights, fight for their rights, and the state is a lawful state, a lawful country. They respect the rule of law, they maintain the rule of law, they abide on the democracy. So, and for this reason, their citizens are fearless to fight for what that belongs to them because they know it is their right, and nobody will ensuring that they are right, and nobody will stop them from doing what we're doing, no matter whom it falls on his or her shoulder. So that is the country. So what are we talking about? I have this video here. A lot of people have made different types of videos, criticizing Nigerians back home for taking this particular issue serious. When we have a lot of problems more than this happening in our own country, we cannot even gather ourselves, come together, and go out to demonstrate when such thing happens. But the one that happens to another country that is even organized, that even they are not even interested in whether you help them or not, they will have to go for what they want and get what they want. Even the justice they want, they will get it. So why are you just putting your effort to what you are not even needed to put your effort? That's what some of these videos I'm gonna tag here now is talking about. But I want you to watch these videos and let me know whether you support what these people are saying or not. But somehow, I believe charity begins at home. If we frown against something, in fact, an injustice in other countries, whether West African countries or European countries, I think we should be, frowning at it in the sense that actually when that same thing happened in our own place, we'll still frown at it and also do what we are expected others to do in their own country. And also those energy we are channeling outside, is it not better we bring it back home and make something out of it? For instance, um something this kind of a thing that happened in America where somebody was, whether accidentally or purposely, strangled or killed or something of that nature, had happened in our own country, Nigeria, several times also, but nobody did nothing. For instance, one of the videos I'm gonna tag now, the woman was able to mention during this COVID-19, in thinking that should be in Warri, one of the first week of the lockdown. The police officers killed a young man that was on his motorbike, going out, which has nothing to do with the COVID-19 something. Even in America, they allow people to, do their exercise sports, but keep social distancing, don't go close to where people are. But the man was killed in Nigeria. Nobody demonstrated, nobody did nothing. Something like of that nature, like the woman said it in a particular video, repeated itself 8 times or thereabout. Nothing happened, no demonstration. Our people, the youth, and so on and so forth, did not even organize any demonstration and fight for justice like the Americans did when this one happened there. So why do we just leave, in fact, the bunch of problems in our own area, fighting for just, one in another country? Yes, it's good to sometimes sympathize with people, yes, it's good to always sympathize with people, not sometimes. But while you are doing that also, you can or should equally learn from those people to bring back home, what you observe other areas, what they do, how they did it, so that the way they fought for against injustice and fought for also justice, you can fight against injustice in your own place and fight for justice also. So I think what we're doing is what doing well. It's hard time. The youth in Nigeria, the arts start, acting like yes, it's high time. People or the youth in Nigeria started acting like a Shore. Though you can see the one of Shore where it has kept him. Though the young man has never lost hope. He's still fighting. That is the heart. If I think average Nigerians, I think um two-thirds of the youth should have the lion heart Shore has, and come out to fight for justice and fight against injustice in Nigeria. I think Nigeria will still be like other European countries where people know their right and fight for their right, irrespective of what they think it will, what the resultant effect will be. So if we should think have such morale and courage to coming out, when all this kind of injustice are meted on our people, to fight against this and demand for justice and get justice, people will learn, people will sit up, the government will know that we elected and we are the electorate. They will not be marginalizing us and controlling us like slaves or animals that made some people to call the country zoo. So I think it's hard time we channel more of our strength to fix our own place than to pop knocking and what happened other places. Though we sympathize, like I rightly say, we need to sympathize with people or wherever something happened, but we should channel more effort in fixing our own place. High time we are calling, that our people, we should try to be fighting like other countries are fighting for our freedom of speech and so on and so on forth. Try to make sure you watch this video to the end and sign the petition against Nigerian life for Nigerian life matters. America said Black lives matters, but we are now saying Nigerian lives matters too. So that's what we are trying. There is this particular contact. You are going to still join others and sign up, and you watch this to the end. You will hear it out and you will have to see it yourself and make sure you sign this petition so that the government of Nigeria will know that at least people, the citizens, also know their right and can stand and fight for their rights. And why the citizens are fighting at this moment, the world will still be hearing and listening. By so doing, the government will actually know that you have woke up. Don't fail to watch to the end.
Hello, my name is Monica and I'm a concerned Nigerian citizen. In Nigeria and the world over, people are protesting the death of the African American George Floyd. Peoples all over the world are outraged that the white American policemen are being allowed to kill innocent black people with impunity. Video feeds and posts abound on social media about the white policemen murdering black people. Some posts refer to other black people who have died at the hands of white cops in America. People like Ahmaud Arbery, Michael Brown, Terence Crutcher, Eric Garner, and the 12-year-old Tamara Rice, to name but a few. We are all outraged by the deaths, and so we should be. But we have to ask our Nigerian brethren, why are you ignoring the Nigerian situation? Why is the unfortunate death of George Floyd and other Americans your primary concern? Why are you fashionably protesting acts of criminal injustice and abuse of authority thousands of miles away in America and ignoring the Nigerians shot by Nigerian forces in Nigeria? Why are you all so suddenly the Nigerian branch of the American organization Black Lives Matter? The Americans will one day solve the problems of police violence for their people, regardless of color. Who is solving our Nigerian problem? If we don't wake up to what is going on in our own country, our problem of Nigerian cops and soldiers killing innocent unarmed Nigerian civilians will remain unresolved. Every day, a Nigerian man, woman, or child is molested, assaulted, tortured, or killed by Nigerian police and army personnel. Nigerian peoples are being killed and their fundamental human rights are being abused daily, yet you remain silent. Are not Nigerians black too? And don't Nigerian lives matter as well? Yet you shout that Black Lives Matter because they matter in America. At home, it seems that those same black lives don't matter to you at all. Nigerian lives matter too, right? According to the BBC, at least 1,476 people were killed in Nigeria by Nigerian forces in the last year alone. Why did you not come out to protest the killing of the 18 Nigerians who were killed by security agents in the first 2 weeks of the COVID-19 lockdown? These are Nigerian people killed in our own backyard by Nigerian police and military. Don't those Nigerian lives matter too? Please, 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 let's not be hypocrites. The American slogan of the day is Black Lives Matter. The Nigerian slogan should be Nigerian Lives Matter Too. Nigerians who have lost their lives at the hands of their own police force deserve as much of our attention as our American brothers and sisters who have lost their lives at the hands of the police. Our lives matter too. This message is in honor of those we recently lost to police and military excesses. For 17-year-old Tina Ezekwe, for Chima Ikwonado, for Solomon Eze, for Chibuisi Okameme, rest in peace. If you hear me, if you feel me, if you agree with me, please forward this message to others who might care and let's see if we can make a difference. Also, please go to the site attached to this message and sign a petition of complaint against Nigerian police and military violence. Let's make Nigeria safer for us all.